What if a single policy could shatter decades of trust? What if a 25% tariff didn't just hit exports, but cut deep into the heart of a friendship millions believed in? Today, we're not just talking about trade or numbers. We're talking about trust lost, alliances broken, and a silent rage that could shift global power forever. This is the story of India and America, of Modi and Trump, of dreams sold in stadiums and broken behind closed doors. The world is watching, and today, you're about to find out what really happened and why it's changing everything. It all began with roaring crowds. Howdy Modi in Houston, Namaste Trump in Delhi. Flags waved, smiles exchanged, two leaders, two nations, one vision, a new era of global partnership. India and the United States stood united as the world's largest and oldest democracies, together in science, defense, technology, and innovation. A bond rooted not just in business, but in values. People believed this partnership could shape the future. Students, engineers, farmers, CEOs, everyone saw hope. A bridge between two rising forces. But then came a decision that changed everything. 25%. That's the number. A sudden tariff imposed by Donald Trump on Indian goods. Overnight, prices rose, shipments stalled, exporters panicked. But this wasn't just economics. This was messaging. This was Trump saying, "We think only of ourselves now." India, once called America's strategic partner, was now treated like a rival. And the people of India felt it, not with rage, but with something more dangerous, disappointment. Narendra Modi didn't yell. He didn't retaliate with threats or tantrums. But his silence spoke volumes. It said, "We see what you did, and we won't forget." India's response wasn't loud, it was strategic. Because when India feels betrayed, we don't cry foul. We pivot. And that's exactly what happened next. India turned, not in protest, but in purpose, toward Russia for affordable oil and deeper defense ties, toward China for economic strategy, even amid border tensions, toward Africa and the Middle East for collaboration, not exploitation. In the UAE, Indian businesses now lead tech and retail. In Africa, India builds, not conquers. And in South America, new trade routes open every day. This isn't isolation. This is independence. Behind every tariff is a person. Ramesh in Punjab, who once shipped gloves to the U.S., now shut down. Sheila in Bangalore, who dreamed of a job in Silicon Valley, her H-1B future just vanished. Farmers in Maharashtra who grew for export, now watching crops rot in silence. This is the real cost of a 25% decision. Not just billions in lost trade, but broken dreams, crushed confidence, and communities left behind. But the most painful blow came not from the tariff, but from what followed. America didn't just distance itself from India. It embraced Pakistan. Yes, the same Pakistan that sheltered terrorists, that denied justice to Indian soldiers, that fired bullets across our borders. And Trump? He called them a key ally, offered trade deals, diplomacy, praise. India was left asking, were we ever really friends? We remembered how in 1971, during the Bangladesh War, America sided against us. How in 1998, after our nuclear tests, sanctions came instead of support. And now again, promises broken, trust discarded. But this time, we didn't break. We evolved. Because India doesn't need pity. India needs partners who stand beside us when it's hard. And so we moved toward Make in India, toward Atmanirbhar Bharat, toward a future not dependent but determined. Defense deals now come from France, not Washington. Tech collaborations flourish with Japan, Israel, and Europe. We lead BRICS. We shape G20. We don't follow, we influence. India has become the voice of the global South, a unifier, a builder, and now a leader. This was never just about trade. This was about belief. That when a nation calls you partner, they mean more than profit. That when you open your doors, you're not just seen as a market, but as an equal. But when America chose tariffs over talks, profit over partnership, Pakistan over peace, India woke up. And the awakening was not bitter. It was empowered. India doesn't beg for approval. We don't kneel for friendship. When we give loyalty, we give it fully. But when that loyalty is sold for political convenience, we remember. We don't match insult for insult. We rise above it, and we move forward with those who value integrity. Russia stood with us when the world judged us. France stood with us when we needed defense. The UAE opened doors when others closed them. These are friends, not clients, and that difference matters. It's easy to say it's just policy, but tell that to the boy who wanted to code in California. Tell that to the woman running a small export business now pushed into debt. Tell that to the farmer who believed the world wanted Indian produce until the tariffs came. These aren't statistics, they are stories. And they now look at America with different eyes, not with hate, but with understanding. Understanding that true friendship doesn't disappear in a crisis. It stands stronger in one. So here's the message. India is no longer waiting for validation. We are building coalitions that value trust over tactics, that believe in respect, not reliance. We aren't walking away with anger. We're walking forward with clarity. Because in silence, loyalty died. But from that silence, a new India was born. Have you ever trusted someone, only to watch them walk away the moment things got hard? That feeling, that quiet heartbreak, is what a billion Indians felt. But we didn't collapse. We adapted. We built. And now, we lead. So ask yourself, when a friendship breaks, does it end? Or does that crack create space for something stronger? India's answer? We will never beg. We will build better. To everyone watching, this is more than a story about India and America. This is about every person who believed and was betrayed. This is about trust, dignity, and the courage to stand alone if needed. If you believe in India's rise, in building a world that values respect over politics, share this story. Because when loyalty is lost, dignity becomes the only road forward. India is no longer the rising power. We are the power, and the world is watching.